Guys, I want to talk to you about something today. And the title of this message is Do Not Settle. And the reason why I'm telling you this, because when you're seeking for the things that God has for you, when you're seeking for the kingdom spouse that He has for you, when you're seeking for the calling on your life, when you're seeking for what God has for you, and honestly, the best version of yourself, if you're on Christ-centered self-improvement like me, you're going to seek the strongest, most capable, best version of you. When you're on this unbelievably lonely road to success and to victory, you are going to have a lot of loss, but also the devil is going to give you an unbelievable amount of counterfeits. The devil is going to give you so many opportunities for you to pretty much discount the blessing that God's about to have for you and to try to distract you out of the thing that God actually has for you. Pretty obviously, because the devil is strategic, okay? And what I want to talk to you guys about is not settling in two specific areas. One is your calling, two is your kingdom spouse. I'm going to emphasize more on the kingdom spouse today because honestly, this message is for me. I'm going to watch this video over time in and time out through 2026. I know God's calling me to a marriage right now. God's calling me to a relationship right now. And I am getting so many spiritual attacks because of this. And if you're anything like me, I'm going to walk you guys through what I'm doing if I was your older brother. And I'm also going to walk myself through it because oftentimes I give better advice when I put myself in a third person standpoint. So the reason right now that you are tempted with loneliness, you're tempted with isolation, you're tempted with feeling such a deep yearning of that you're not good enough is because the person that God has for you is going to amplify so much good in you. And you guys are going to make such a difference in the kingdom of heaven that the kingdom of darkness is going to try to scare you away from it. The devil works in deception and the devil works in fear. And fear is also another way of deceiving you. So the devil literally just works in deception. So do not be deceived, brothers and sisters. Trust God deeply in the process of you finding the person. I want you guys to pray over this, and I want you guys to have the deepest of convictions over this. The fact that no matter what the person God has for you, God will send confirmations that it's that person for you. No matter who God has for you, He's going to send, if it's His will, it's His bill. It's going to be unbelievably, abundantly obvious that, okay, I'm in the will of God right now. I'm starting to see the pieces come together, Once you're in God's frequency, His flow, it's almost like that everything starts to just work itself out. It's like all the pieces of your life is like a puzzle, and you're starting to see where God's putting in these things, and you're starting to see a picture. If you're in a season that you're starting to see things come to pass, you're in the will of God, and that's a good thing because of your obedience and also because of His grace and His mercy. But if you're in a path that you're starting to see the future, and you see in the future is marriage, kids, husband/wife, and once this happens, the devil is going to tempt you. The devil will tempt you. And also God might be testing you. I'll be honest with you guys. Today I failed. I significantly failed today, and I had a complete relapse of who I used to be. The man I used to be 3 or 4 years ago came out for a few hours tonight. Earlier today, I was on my computer grinding on my website that I'm redesigning, and I created this new logo for my company, right? It's really cool. I like it a lot. But I created the logo on my telephone. And after I created the logo, I saved it to my photos, and I was waiting for my computer to have the same photo so I can just drag, drop it, and make a couple little edits and add it to my website, right? But once I opened up my computer, it was scrolled back to a few years ago. It was literally like this time last year. And I see a picture of the face of a woman who I love so dearly, but I felt like it just wasn't in God's will for my life to be with her. I loved this girl so much, and a part of me still has like these feelings because I still care for this person, but I was in love with this person, but I knew she wasn't for me. And a thing is, the person that you marry should never be number two. The person that you go for should never be because your number one option didn't work out. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I fell in love with a number two option like last year. So to be honest with you guys, I thought I was gonna get married to this girl. I thought I was gonna get married to one girl. Within a few months after I decided I was gonna marry her, she left me completely. Cold turkey left me. I have no way to find her or anything. And then within a month, I'm in a new relationship with a woman that is just as high of quality. She's a virgin. She's a woman of God. She's unbelievably gorgeous. We get along somehow, but I wasn't healed. It felt like the right person at the wrong time. But what I'm telling you guys is this. Deep down, I know that woman is not my wife because I can't be myself around here completely. I know that woman is not my wife because she doesn't bring out a certain side of my calling that I know I'm going to need for me to go this far. And she brings out bad in me. So, what I want to tell you guys is this. The woman that God has for you is worth the wait. The woman that God has for you is worth for you to be at 12 midnight on your phone making YouTube videos to encourage your friends because you know this is your calling, is to help others. And also that you're up in the middle of the night grinding on your computer to somehow steward this business that you have no help with, no way out, and literally no idea how to run in the first place, but somehow, some way, God's just carrying you. If you're in my shoes right now, just don't quit. Because what God has for us is so much greater than even the goodness of someone else. You will know when God sends you that person. I truly believe it because I used to feel the same way about my purpose. I used to feel that my purpose would be something that was like, I thought honestly my purpose was to be an NFL football player and to be great. And once God took that away from me, I had no idea. I was in the same place where I am about women right now in my distrust about my purpose last year at this time of the year. This time of the year, I jumped ship on my company. I was working under a mentor. Then after that, I tried a bunch of different random things because I know entrepreneurship is pretty much what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, but I didn't know the exact area, right? Literally within like 8 months of just not trusting God, but still being as obedient as I possibly could, God showed me my purpose. God showed me what I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life. God showed me my mission. God gave me this new sense of life, this new sense of excitement for every day, this new adventure, this new calling. It was unbelievable. It was perfect. It was awesome. It was everything that I thought deep down that God had for me. Everything that I believed, oh, what if God did this? What if God did this? But my faith was so little, I didn't believe he would actually do it for me. A part of me felt like I wasn't good enough to have a calling with him. A part of me felt like I wasn't ready to have a calling with him. A part of me felt like that no matter how far away whatever God has for my life is almost like unattainable. And because of seasons in my life that I felt like God let things be taken from me, I felt like that it would just be like this giant give and just take everything. God's just gonna take everything from me. Take. That's not how God's relationship works, dude. The God that we serve, the God of the Bible, Jesus Christ, is a God of redemption. He's a God of love. He's a God of mercy, and he's a God of new beginnings. And I am going to testify over this person that there is a new beginning. God is going to do a new thing. The verse of the year for me is Isaiah 43, verse 18 and 19. And I want you guys to look that up right now. My computer's closed, so I can't read it out. But in verse 19, it talks about how God is going to make a stream in the wilderness. He is going to make a stream in the dry area of your life. The area that was dry for me last year was my purpose. And guess what? By the grace of God, I'm living in my purpose. I am talking to you guys, even though I get three freaking views a video. I'm freaking working day in and day out on my marketing company, even though that my only client just decided not to pay me anymore when I decided, yep, God, this is what I'm going to do for the next 30 years. And then my boxing, I've been going all in on boxing day in and day out. God gave me water in this season of life. He brought out the old version of me, the version of me that's not scared of anything, the version of me that's a killer, the version of me that's dedicated. That version of me came out, the version of me that becomes very successful has just been awoken again because God narrowed the thing to the target that he wants me to attack for my purpose. And the same thing is going to happen with the woman or man that God is going to place in front of your life. I just have a feeling to say this. No matter who sees this video, 1, 2, or even 10, if I get a record for my views. If this is a woman, there's a very, very evident pattern in the Bible that the woman knows before the man who her husband is. And the man in the Bible, similar to Adam, is presented a wife. I want you guys in this season to realize the formula that God works in giving you your kingdom spouse. And I want you to apply it to your current situation right now. So right now, the reason why I've been so down for the whole day is because I forgot about who my father was. I forgot that just because of me getting cheated on in high school with a girl in a long distance relationship, then it ruining my confidence for years just to get back into a relationship in college. And as soon as I finally find someone that I know that is good for me and we're good for each other, we have the same values, we're about to get married, and boom, she gets cold feet and leaves me. And then I find another person that's like seems to be perfect, and boom, it just doesn't work out. God calls us, splits us, takes us away from each other. Just because there is a dryness in your wilderness does not mean God will not have water that comes through it. God is doing a new thing this year in 2026. God is doing a new thing in your life right now. And what I want to tell you is this. If you're anything like me, those opportunities that I thought I should have been married, those things that I feel like the devil robbed me of a family, I feel like the devil robbed me of a purpose, the devil robbed me of this, that, and whatever. I want to go back to Genesis. God placed Adam in the garden. Adam tended the garden. Then he sent a suitable, useful, usable, suitable helper according to what God called him to. When you're doing the thing that God's calling you to do, he will send you a suitable helper, a usable helper, someone that is good for your calling, someone that's going to amplify you and not drag you down, someone that's going to build you up and not tear you down. All of the women of my past, the ones that I thought I was going to marry because I was delusional, and all my friends that I thought were going to be forever friends because how much I loved and cared of them. I'm a person that pours into people so much, and oftentimes they don't pour as much back into me. But the thing that I needed to realize is maybe God's bringing me so high, not everyone can come with me along the way. And I want you guys to understand this because it's not just your own like monogamy and your own like sexual partner that in your relational partner and your kingdom spouse, that is going to be someone that needs to be able to go the entire distance of you becoming great in everything that you're doing and to becoming a champion and a world breaker and a world changer. There's also going to be friends you're going to lose along the way. I've lost my last 3 best friends. They're still alive, but the reason why I don't speak to them anymore and I have to set a lot of boundaries with them is because the version of me that got really close to them is not the same version of me that I'm bringing into this next season of life. The version of me that I love them so much, I still do. I'll still reach out to them. I still have a relationship with them. But if I hang out too much with them, it negatively affects what I'm doing with him. It negatively brings out things. I try to be funny or I joke a certain way that I used to when I first met them. And without them realizing it, I'm starting to digress instead of progress. And I'm telling you this, and I'm going to prophesy over you, because there will be men and there will be women in your life that God will send that will genuinely sharpen you and progress you. This time last year is my living proof. And this time, and my childhood is proof too. So when I was young and when I was in middle school through high school, me and my 2 brothers, every single day, we would throw together, which was workout for football, and then we'd lift weights together after everyone on the team already lifted weights in the morning. So we're working out twice a day with weights, and then a separate time on the skill of football itself. Every single day, and all 3 of us went Division I. Why do you think that happened? The days that I didn't feel like running routes, Kate or Jake felt like throwing. The days that Kate or Jake didn't feel like throwing, the other felt like throwing, and I felt like running routes. The days that 2 of them didn't feel like doing the thing, the one encouraged the other 2 to do it regardless. I want to prophesy community over you guys, in genuine community that helps you grow. A community that will inspire you, a community that will build you up. And I do not want you to settle out of loneliness for the people that are in your life, the people that you surround yourself with. Because yeah, for a season of life, they may be good for you. You might have fun with them. You might enjoy their presence. You might enjoy having someone around. But in the long run, they're going to hold you back. And you know this. Deep down, you know this. Guys, this is a very, very sobering truth. The fact that you're going to have to leave people along the way. And the fact that that girl or that guy that you feel like you love him so much, but you know deep down you're settling. You got to trust God for what he's going to do. Because I believe he's going to do a new thing. He's going to do a new thing with me. And I'm glad that all those things didn't work out. Today was a reminder of how good of a woman that I lost. I saw the faces of not just one woman that I genuinely loved with all my heart, but 2. And 2 people that I thought I was going to raise a family with and have them mother my children. I saw their faces on a picture. I delete pictures for a reason, because I'm ultra sensitive to stuff like this. And today, I lost all hope in God in this specific season of my life. I lost temporary hope in God. How immature of me to do so. But I'm speaking this over my life, and I'm speaking this over your life, that the fact that you are grieving and that it felt like it just doesn't feel, it feels almost impossible that there can be another good one like her or another good one like him, or that your first purpose in life was so good, the fact that it didn't come to pass, there's nothing else. I am living proof of this. And there's so many success stories along the way. And I want to tell you guys this because I'm going to encourage you, not just for your job and your finances, but also for your love life. The fact that it did not work out, the fact that I am not in the NFL, it is for God's purpose. It is for a reason. Yeah, it was great. But in this version of my purpose, in this layer of my purpose, I did everything I possibly could. And I did all the right things, but it just wasn't in His will. And that's okay. Because all the things you learned from your previous thing, the thing you dedicated yourself to, it will translate into the next thing God has for you. All those things that you poured in, you loved her so much, or you loved him so much, you were so good to this person, but they never saw the value that you thought you deserved, or they never valued you the same way you valued them. That love and admiration, you're building it up, that skill, then you'll just pour it out even more onto this next person. Pour out your love into your craft. Pour out your love onto this person when you meet them. But I need to tell you guys this. When you're doing it God's way, it's almost impossible to mistake that it's not him. Like, I said that kind of weird, but when you know it's God's way, you'll know it's God's way. When you're doing it his way, you will 100% know it. Trust me and believe me. Seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Guys, please seek him first in this season of life. I'm trying so hard to right now. The reason why I keep saying this verse over you guys is because God knows your wants, needs, and desires because he put them there in the first place. The fact that you desire a cool car and desire winning financially is because God's preparing you for a family. God's preparing you to provide. God's preparing you to have that thing or do those things and to win that big. God is inspiring you to change. And the fact that it seems like it's so close but so far away. Just seek first the kingdom and partner with God in this venture. Partner with God in this journey. Partner with God. And when you do it God's way, nothing's forced. If you're trying to force God's will as I did when I met that girl, the one that I was grieving over all day today, once you do it your will over God's, when it's forced, it just doesn't work out. When you do it his way and it's his flow, it just comes so naturally. And you just got to believe me, because I forced a football career into fruit. I worked so much harder than everyone. I worked so hard to get me to go to D1. And let me tell you something. I forced it myself, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I was good enough to play in the NFL. I was good enough to start. I was good enough to play. I played 4 years of college football. Every single year, I had a season-ending injury or an injury right before fall camp. That's where you win your starting position. So it was impossible for me to even play all 4 years of college. I only played in like 4 games my entire college career. 0 catches. Not one. I did it my way, and I forced my will instead of God's will over my life. Now that I'm doing things that I believe he's calling me to, I get really good, really fast at things that I'm not working very hard at. Now that I'm working very hard, I'm getting very good, very fast at things that come naturally to me. It's going to come naturally to you. I love you guys. I want to encourage you to not settle, because the natural and how good it's going to feel and how good things are about to turn around in your life, I truly believe that it'll be worth the wait, because it always is. It's always worth the wait. It's always worth the sacrifice in the end to do the better thing, to call yourself higher, to go for it. So I love you guys so much. Have a great day, and God bless you.